Okay, this afternoon, Kansas City Current is going to break ground on the next phase of its investment on the Berkley Riverfront.
A $200 million phase that will include homes, apartments, retail, a gathering space, and a lot more, anchored by that beautiful new stadium along the Missouri River.
Let's get to KSHB 41 senior reporter Ray Daniel live there this morning. Ray, what can we expect from this? I can't stop looking at these renderings. It's so different than the riverfront I grew up with.
I know. Yeah, Lindsay, and that's going to be what a lot of people are going to be saying, right? A lot different than what people grew up with here in Kansas City. So when you are in and around CPKC Stadium right now, you'll see a lot of the construction. It says the new Kansas City. You'll see excuse our mess, because that groundbreaking is coming later this afternoon. And we want to dive a little bit deeper into what that $200 million phase looks like. So there's going to be 429 multifamily homes, 48,000 square feet of retail, and more than 2 acres of riverfront gathering space, including a new town square and a riverfront promenade. Components of the project will deliver throughout 2026. And of course, we got to hear these voices, right? What are people saying about this new phase, this groundbreaking coming to the Kansas City Current and the Berkley Riverfront? So let's bring in KSHB 41 News reporter Grant Stevens. Grant, you heard these voices. What were they telling you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously people are used to CPKC Stadium here, which has anchored this whole project, but now they've got something brand new to get used to, and overall they're excited. Really, the only thing I have heard that's even remotely on the negative is just kind of lamenting the loss of that green space. But others say you can't build these buildings fast enough. They are ready for it. In fact, I spoke to one woman who said specifically that some of these new amenities are the reason she wants to move down here. So they are drawing her into this area. And I know we're talking about phase one specifically this morning, but honestly, the people I spoke to kind of view this whole thing holistically. The streetcar expansion, the hotel, the stadium, they say all of this combines together to create something really new and exciting, something very different than what Kansas City has ever had to offer.
We're all very opinionated on the renderings because it's definitely changing just the whole landscape of the area.
Obviously, we've had development with the buildings and the apartments already gone up. So seeing kind of the entertainment district come into play, complement the stadium, it's good for the city. I really don't see any downside. Just need them to hurry up on that trolley.
Yeah, he's excited about it. And Ray and people at home, I just want to level with you real quick, because I've worked in a couple different stations, a couple different cities. Each one of them have wanted to do something to their riverfronts. And honestly, most of my stories then had been focused on how difficult it was and how those didn't really get off the ground. But just think of where we are today. We are standing in front of a hotel that didn't exist a couple years ago, a stadium that didn't exist a couple years ago, and we're talking about a groundbreaking today that's actually happening. So it's just so exciting, and I just wanted to underscore that point. This stuff is rare when you can make it happen, and it's significant that it is happening.
I know, with you being a KC native too yourself, Grant. Thank you so much. Well, we want to bring in Danny Welnack with the Kansas City Current. Danny, we got to talk about the district. What is the hope for this district?
Oh my gosh, we are so excited about being able to break ground today on this mixed-use district. And the fact that CPKC Stadium, we were standing here just a few years ago in 2022, breaking ground on that stadium, to now take it to the next phase of redeveloping this riverfront and revitalizing Kansas City is incredibly powerful, because it's going to change the entire experience, not only on match day, but on days when the Kansas City Current aren't playing.
We got to talk about the economic impact this will bring to Kansas City Current during the off season.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Well, it's going to be huge, because not only will you have that retail space that you talked about, but you'll also have restaurants, and it's going to be a culinary hub for Kansas City. And one of the things that we want to emphasize is that not only will it be an entertainment district, but it's also a place where people can come down, they can live, they can work, they can play. And so everything in this mixed-use district will be, people will be able to really live. And I think that's very powerful, because like Grant mentioned, this was an area that did not have those opportunities prior to just a few years ago. And so to be able to really see that change will make a huge economic impact on the jobs that are created, on the people that are down here, and the families who can live, work, and play here.
All right, Danny, thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you
you taking the time to talk with us this morning.
Of course, hey, anytime.
Okay, so that groundbreaking takes place at 1 p.m. today. We will be there, and we'll be sure to share more news as it comes this afternoon. Reporting live near Berkley Riverfront, Ray Daniel, KSHB 41 News.